All right, you guys. If you're like me and you do a lot of work, you got a long list of things to get done, but you never feel productive, this video is for you because this video is changing my life in real time. So again, like I tell you guys, what I learned, I want to share. And so this is how to be productive, not just busy. Okay. And the reason I'm getting into this is because write this down, you guys. I'm reading this book right now called Eat the Frog, right? And so, or Eat That Frog, okay? And this book is changing my life because it's put a lot into perspective about how I've been thinking, right? A lot of times people say, I know you guys heard people be like, I'm booked, I'm busy, right? But booked and busy doesn't mean that you're productive. It doesn't mean that you're getting closer to success. It just means that you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off unless you have a vision or somewhere you're trying to bring these things, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So that's what Eat That Frog is. I'm just going to be kind of talking about key concepts that I'm taking away and I'm applying because I want you guys to be able to use it too to get to your higher self, to grow and be able to be more successful, to achieve the things that you guys want to achieve. Okay. So let's get right into it. So in the book Eat That Frog, it's one main concept that he talks about, and it's eating that frog. So what does that mean, right? The frog is the hardest thing, right? And so the frog represents the thing that nobody wants to do, that you always got other stuff to do, so you don't do that, like me, if you like me, and the things that everybody kind of avoids, right? And so that's what it talks about. That's the frog. And so that frog for me for a long time was a gym, right? Or that frog for me every morning is my Bible study, not because I don't want to spend time with God, but because it's so tempted for me to get on a phone, or if a phone call comes in or whatever it is, I could just get distracted. So I have to be mindful. No, I'm eating my frog right now. I cannot talk to you. I cannot go here. I cannot do that because I'm focusing on my frog. So the frog represents the hardest thing on the list, that is the most rigorous. It's probably going to take the most time, the most energy, the most brain power that you have. But that's the thing that yields the most results, right? A lot of times the thing that we don't want to do yields the most results. And if we don't do it, eventually it yields the most issues, the most problems, the most stress in our life. But still we procrastinate. And so here's what I'm learning with that frog that you have. This is me talking to y'all today. I want you to think about this. Focus on, what is it? Hold on. Focus on what brings the most results. So think about what you're trying to get done. Like if you, I don't know, whatever it is that you're trying to get done. I don't want to go on random topics. I only got a couple minutes before work. But what is it that you want to get done, and what is going to bring the most results on the paper? Not what's going to get done the fastest, not what's going to be the easiest, the most enjoyable. What is going to bring the most results? So right now for me, for example, right? I have three. I'll go over that at the end. Right now for me, the hardest thing is waking up in the morning and studying for a job. The average person doesn't want to study for a job. Why would you want to study for a job? Like you go to the job and you get paid, right? But nobody's going home to study to get better at the job. And so that's one of my frogs for me, because right now I need to wake up and I need to study. Like honestly, when I look on my list, there's laundry to do, there's meal prep to do, there's gym to do, there's Bible study to do, there's I need to go to my job, drop off my ID that I have. There's so many things to get done, and I need to clean my car, all these things. But I could focus on those. I could be running around doing these errands, dropping off mail, cleaning my car, dropping off, picking up, doing whatever. But at the end of the day, when I finish and I come home, those things are not going to change my life for tomorrow. They're not going to change my life for next year, next month, next nothing. They're just things that need to get done. Of course, they're important, but they're not going to change who I'm becoming. But if the one thing I don't want to do is study for an hour, but I get up and study every day, right? Then that means that, let's say I don't even want to spend that much time. Let's say I give it 1 hour. If I'm studying for 1 hour a day, let's just say it's not even on weekends, just Monday through Friday. That's 5 hours a week. That's 20 hours a month. That's what's 20 times 12? Whatever it is, 60, 70 hours. Like, this is a whole dedication to changing these things, right? And so when we look at it like that, then that's going to yield results, because if I'm studying, I'm becoming better at my job, which means I'm making more money, which means I can change my lifestyle. But if I focus on cleaning my car, if I focus on running these little errands, nothing's going to change. I'm going to have the same lifestyle. I'm just going to be busy doing a bunch of nothing, right? And I know you guys remember that when we were students at school and the teachers would give us that busy work, we felt it in our bones. We literally would ask them, why are you giving me this busy work? Like, how is this going to connect to my future? Why am I learning the Pythagorean theorem How is that going to connect to me in the real world? And that's what we should be asking ourselves as we become adults. And so this is random right here. I didn't write this down, but I thought about this morning. I was like, you know what's funny? I'm not saying all, but I think some or a lot of the kids who kind of rebelled, they didn't want to do homework, they didn't want to focus, they didn't want to be diligent and focus on something in school. I think that a lot of them are having a hard time in life now, not because they're bad people, not because they can't do it, but because that is the foundation that you need. Like, no one wants to do homework. Homework wasn't, if we really think about it, homework wasn't homework just so because the teacher wanted us to go home and do something. It was because that concept of going home and doing homework, the after work, is what you really need for reality to become better, right? Like, we know that all the results that we see from the greatest never really happened at the job or the space where they were in. It was what they did outside with that time. And so the concept of homework was trying to teach us about how to be self-starters, how to be committed to something, how to learn something. But some kids fall back, they didn't really do it. And now that there's no teacher, there's no grades, they have stopped completely doing that for their life, right? And I get it, right? But we got to do homework for our life. Where do you want to go? And you have to do the homework. Like, no one's exempt from that. Like, to become great, you have to do life homework. And so if you was a student like that who didn't do homework, that's okay. Like, I don't want you beating yourself up. And even if you don't feel like doing homework now, but understand that the homework is not, that's the most important part. It's not even always what you learn in school. The homework is the most important part, because that's what's going to build that fortitude in your mind. That's what's going to build that confidence, because you know that you're practicing outside of what's going on at school. And in this case, school is just life for us because we're adults. And if you're a kid, then it's still school for you. Okay. But that's what I'm learning. And I had that thought, like, wow, I used to love homework. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't do all of it all the time, but I did a lot of it. I did enjoy reading those books, and a lot of those habits that I developed as a child is what carries me today, because now I don't mind going to study. I don't mind going to learn or to push myself, because I was doing that as a little 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 13-year-old. I've had a love for education, knowledge, and information. So just those structures have made me or set me apart in some spaces, because there's some people out there ahead of me. They're different. They're going harder than me. And it's not even about going hard. They're going harder through the smarter lens than me. Okay. So that's what it's about. It's about, do you have organization? Do you have a plan? Right. And so really quickly, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. So now I want to talk about my frogs. I want to share my frogs with you guys. I have 3 frogs. Okay. And so my 3 frogs are, number 1 is waking up in the morning and doing my Bible study. I want to commit to spending that time with God, not just when I feel like it, but every single day. Number 2, it's me waking up and studying before I go to the gym, because I hate studying, and if I don't study before the gym, I'll let all the hours dwindle down, and then I'll just get 20 minutes and just say, okay, I did something. So I want to focus on, no, there's an hour to 2 hours of just this. And then my third one is the gym, right? And so these 3 things the book talks about, if you could eat your frog in the morning, then you will even feel more confident about your day because you did something hard. There's never been a time where I woke up in the morning, went to the gym 5 a.m., 6 a.m., even 11 a.m., whatever time it was, 11 p.m., and felt like I wasn't proud of myself, didn't feel accomplished. Like, I feel accomplished when I do those things, but sometimes I avoid those things. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys. Eat that frog. And they're just talking like nobody wants to eat a frog. If you wait, this is what he said. If you wait all day, right? You wait 24 hours, or you got to eat a frog at 5 a.m., but you wait until 10 p.m., you're going to literally be thinking about it all day. I got to eat that frog. I got to eat that frog. Oh man, when I get off work today, I got to eat that frog. And replace that frog with the gym. Replace that frog with some homework you got to do. Replace that frog with that call you got to make. Replace that call with whatever it is that you need to do in your life to get the life that you want. And so those are my 3 frogs, you guys. Share yours below. And I'm going to talk about, I think I'm going to come back here and talk about the list that he made, because I'm running out of time. I didn't even eat yet, and I got 20 minutes. So, but I want to talk a little bit about the list of the A, B, C, D, and focusing on A, because if, like he says, 10% of the things on your list will make 80% of the change in your world. But we focusing on the 80% of our list just to feel better. The list is not to feel better. The list is to actually get us ahead. Okay. So you guys, we're gonna get these goals. We're gonna be running. You know, I made some sacrifices today. There was things I wanted to do right now, honestly, but I was like, you know what? Looking at my list, that's not an A task. That's like a C, D, E really task. So that's why I got pushed down. But again, you guys, like I hope this video helps. Like I'm on my journey too of just becoming a better person, a stronger person, building my mental fortitude, doing things that I didn't, doing things that I might not even fully feel like I could do, just pushing myself to do it. Because if you push yourself far enough, long enough, you will become whatever it is. You know, think about anything that you start in life. You will eventually achieve it, but you just can't get discouraged in your well doing. You can't get discouraged in the small beginnings, as the Lord says. Like it's a small beginning, but every single thing that you look at in this world is a small beginning. One at one point in time, a laptop was just a thought. It was just a small beginning, and now it's something that's in everyone's house. And so I want you to look at your ideals, your mind, the things that God called you to do the same way. And let's walk into it, y'all. Comment below. Let me know what is your frog and how you eating that thing this week. I love you guys. Have a great day.